Here is the Bobby Orr incident where he was hit by Quinn. Watch this. Boom.
It's one of those hockey moments, the kind burned in our memory.
One of the heaviest checks of the season, and Orr is laid out cold.
Some even suggest it was a hit that not only defined a career, but the man himself. Pat Quinn was born in Hamilton in 1943. The then Little Irishman began his junior career with the Hamilton Tiger Cubs and the Hamilton Kilty Bees, then went on to win the 1963 Memorial Cup with teammate Glenn Sather and the Edmonton Oil Kings. Once Quinn landed in the NHL, he was an intimidating presence. In over 600 career NHL games, Quinn racked up nearly 1,000 career penalty minutes. After years of patrolling the blue line, Pat Quinn moved to the bench and eventually upstairs to the boardroom. And just like when he was on the ice, it didn't take him long to make an impact. In his first full season as a head coach, he led the Philadelphia Flyers to a 35-game unbeaten streak, a record that still stands today. His Flyers would lose in the Stanley Cup Final, but Quinn captured his first Jack Adams trophy as Coach of the Year. In the end, there are really two teams, two cities, and two fan bases which will stake claim to Pat Quinn: Vancouver and Toronto. Teams he not only played for, but also helped define. As GM of the Canucks, Quinn made some of the most important moves in the history of the franchise. He drafted Pavel Bure, arguably the best player to ever play for Vancouver and one of the best of his generation. He acquired Marcus Naslund, who became the heart and soul of the team for over a decade. But nothing compares to his fateful decision in 1988.
Vancouver Canucks are pleased to use our first pick to select from the two-time Memorial Cup champions, Medicine Hat Tigers, a proud Westerner, Trevor Linden.
The most beloved player in the history of the franchise, the captain, the player who helped lead the Canucks to the Cup Final in 1994. The man who now follows in Quinn's footsteps as the off-ice leader of the franchise. Wherever Quinn went, he left a trail of success. As GM and coach of the Maple Leafs, he led the team to the conference finals against Buffalo and Carolina. The Leafs came up short both times, but you can argue in the decades and decades since that last Cup victory in 1967, the Leafs were never closer to Lord Stanley's mug than they were with Pat Quinn. Canucks fans, Leafs fans, Canadian hockey fans united for Quinn's finest accomplishment. 2002, Salt Lake City, arena packed, North American bars packed, Canada, USA. Pat Quinn coached an all-star team of Canada's best to Olympic glory, ending Canada's 50-year gold medal drought. He had a taste for gold and wanted more. World Cup gold, under-18s gold, World Juniors gold. Hockey memories live forever. Wins, losses, moments like that hit at Boston Garden. He always seemed to remind you of someone, your dad, your grandfather, a picture of what that might look like. You'll remember his laugh. You'll remember his big smile. Pat Quinn was blessed to live a life in hockey, and lived it he did.